Good morning, Ms. Lyon.
Good morning.
Is this the second courtroom you've had to testify in today?
I haven't testified yet in the first one yet.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Ms. Latner. With that said, Ms. Latner, before your testimony today, did you and me meet and go over some of the physical discs for you to mark?
I did.
And did we review a number of CAD reports associated with those 911 calls?
Yes.
Now, Your Honor, I'm going to approach Ms. Latner's with 124 Charlie, 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 124 Charlie, 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 Alpha, 1 Golf, Golf, Alpha, 1 Juliet, Juliet, Charlie, and 1 Juliet, Juliet, Delta, 2 Tango, Tango, 2 Tango, Tango, Alpha, 1 Oscar, Oscar, 2 Papa, Papa, and 2 Papa, Papa, Alpha, and 1 Romeo, Romeo, 1 Romeo, Romeo, Alpha, for the record.
All right.
I hope you have the letters all memorized, Ms. Latner's, like we practiced. Now, Ms. Latner's, once you can take a minute to review those, and if and when you recognize those, just look up at me. Thank you, Ms. Latner's. Thank you, Ms. Latner. Have you had time to review those, Ms. Latner's?
Yes.
And are they a fair and accurate depiction of the various CAD reports and 911 calls that you reviewed prior to testifying here today?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the state is going to tender into evidence 124 Charlie, 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 and as well as Alpha, 2 Tango, Tango, along with Alpha, 1 Oscar, Oscar, 1 Papa, Papa, Alpha, or excuse me, 2 Papa, Papa, and 2 Papa, Papa, Alpha, 1 Romeo, Romeo, and the accompanying Alpha, 1 Juliet, Juliet, Charlie, and 1 Juliet, Juliet, Delta, and 1 Golf, Golf, Alpha.
All right, those are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Ms. Latner's, I'm going to...
Hang on a second. Yes, that's certain. Absolutely.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right.
And publishing State's Exhibit 124 Triple Charlie. Now, Ms. Latners, what is the date of 124 Triple Charlie?
January 28th, 2015.
What is the call type that this call came in as?
Shot fired.
And what was the location?
2905 Springdale Road, Southwest, apartment Peepaw 2.
What zone and beat within the city of Atlanta was this call?
It's in zone 3, 3 is 11 beat.
And for the record, what is the APD incident number associated with this call?
150280046.
Was this officer generated or 911 call?
911 call.
What time was this call placed?
12:14 a.m. hours.
What time was the call received?
12:16 a.m. hours.
When did officers first arrive?
12:48 a.m. hours.
And what time was this call cleared?
06:10 a.m. hours.
So officers responded around midnight and left around 6. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Who was the primary officer who responded to this call?
Christopher Collins.
Now, Ms. Latners, turning to the bottom of page 2 on the CAD narrative, at 12:16:14, can you tell the jury or explain what that indicates?
It has where the caller told the operator, call advised someone just shot up her home. Call advised rapid fire is going on.
And what is the third stanza of 12:16:14 as depicted in the CAD narrative?
Repeat that.
Right beneath what you just read, Ms. Latners, what is the last call out after what you just read?
Bullets coming through her home.
And after bullets coming through home, what does it read?
Caller possibly has a recording of the continuing bullets.
Now, Ms. Latners, I'm going to publish for you, and you have before you 124 Triple Charlie Alpha. Is this also January 28th, 2015?
Yes.
What's the call type for this CAD?
Shot fired.
Is the address different or the same from what we just discussed?
Same address for different apartments. Number.
On what time did this call come in?
12:17 a.m. hours.
Is that close or far in time from the CAD report we just discussed?
It's close.
What time was this call cleared and reflected in the CAD?
It was cleared at 12:19 a.m. hours.
If you turn to the CAD narrative, this second line from the bottom at 12:19:13 a.m., what does that indicate?
It advised that the caller advised the 911 operator heard about 5 shots in the area, no further.
And Ms. Latners, what was the disposition on this CAD report?
The operator stored the incident because she found an incident before that, so she just related the calls to that incident.
Is that a possible explanation for why this CAD reflects such a short cleared call time?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, Ms. Latners, I'm going to publish 1 Golf Alpha. What is the date for 1 Golf Alpha?
January 26, 2015.
Is that 2 days before the call we just discussed?
Yes.
What is the call type that this came in as?
Person shot.
What is the location of this call?
1007 Hill Street Southeast, apartment A Adam.
What zone and beat is this CAD report?
Zone 3, beat 304 is beat.
Was this citizen or officer generated?
A 911 call.
And who was the 911 caller?
It says resident Freddie Reed.
What time was this 911 call placed by Ms. Reed?
It shows 21:33 p.m. hour, which is 9:33 p.m. hours.
What time was the call received by APD dispatch?
9:33 p.m. hours, 51 seconds.
When did officers first respond to 1007 Hill Street?
9:35 p.m. hours.
And what time was this call cleared?
4:04 a.m. hours.
Who was the primary officer that responded to this call?
Alicia Lucas.
Allison Leduc? Is that
Allison Leduc, right?
LEDUC?
Yes.
What are on the left under that, Ms. Ladners? All of those section units, what do those indicate?
You indicate the different units that went out of the location.
Now, Ms. Ladners, if you can turn to the CAD narrative on page 3, what is the first remark at 9:33:51?
Female advised they shot up her house and she was shot in the leg.
And Ms. Ladners, if you can flip back one page to the CAD narrative, page 2, or excuse me, the CAD report, page 2, do you see the time or the call out? It says LC 10:20:43 p.m. It's almost right in the middle of that page to help orient you.
10:20 what?
10:20:43 p.m.
Okay.
What does the LC indicate?
Location change.
And what at 10:20:43 p.m., where was that location changed to?
Greater Hospital.
And Ms. Ladner's turning back to page 1, what was the disposition for this case or this CAD?
17.
Is that indicate a report?
A report was made.
Now, Ms. Ladner's, I'm going to publish for you what's already been admitted as 1 Juliet Juliet Charlie. What is the date for this CAD report?
May 7, 2015.
What is the call type that this came in as?
Suspicious person.
What's the APD case number for this CAD report?
151270278.
And what was the date?
May 7, 2015.
On this call, what location did officers respond to?
151 Cleveland Avenue Southwest.
And with this CAD report, was it a 911 call or officer generated?
911 call.
What time was that call received?
It received at 2:05 a.m. hours.
What time were officers dispatched?
2:08 a.m. hours.
And how quickly did they arrive? What time did they arrive?
0:10 a.m. hours.
And what officer was the primary unit that arrived on the scene?
It shows 1312 Baker.
What time was this CAD report cleared?
0709 a.m. hours.
and Ms. Latners, if you turn to page 2 of this CAD narrative, at 20803, can you explain for the jury what that indicates?
The caller advised the operator, now one operator, he's at the BP station, black male, approximately 16 to 17 years old, white shirt, red shorts, with a machine gun, driving a black Chevy tag, gave out the tag number. Gun is still inside vehicle.
And does that tag, Ms. Latners, end in 880?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Latners, is one of those discs before you that we admitted 1 Juliet Juliet Delta?
Yes.
Is that the 911 call that corresponds with the CAD report we just discussed?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state's is publishing 1 Juliet Juliet Delta.
All right.
Atlanta 911, operator 6587. What is the address of your emergency?
Hey, I'm up here Chef at the BP gas station. The address is 151 Cleveland Avenue. Got a black 4-door Chevrolet. I was walking out the store.
Okay,
I got out like with a
sir, is that Cleveland Avenue southwest or northwest? I mean, southeast or southwest? Okay.
Southwest.
Okay. 151 Cleveland Avenue southwest, and you said it's a BP gas station?
Yes.
Okay, do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
Police.
Okay, what's going on now?
It's a young guy with a white T-shirt on, red short. Just got the car like with a machine gun for no reason. I'm walking out the store. He on a black 4-door Chevrolet. Tag number is Peephole S-Ray Lincoln 8880. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he walked to the store, then he put the gun back inside the car, like the female is driving, but he got the gun laying on the back seat.
Okay.
So I felt like I was about to get shot down coming out the store. He at the counter now.
Okay, you said he was driving a Chevrolet?
Yes, ma'am.
What color?
Black.
All right, and is it a truck or a car?
It's a car, and it looked like he was about 16, 17 years old. A big old gun. In the store talking to somebody, we can get somebody out here ASAP. You know, they can catch him before he pull off.
Okay.
But that's a big old gun. I want my car to be anonymous because I don't know him and he don't know me.
All right.
I mean, but that's a big old gun he got.
And is he still inside of the store?
Yes, ma'am. As we speak, he's still inside the store.
Okay. All right, and the machine gun is still inside of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and what does the female look like?
I think it looked big and had this wild hair on her head. It looked like a female from behind.
And is she black or is she black, white, Hispanic?
Both of them black.
Okay.
But he like he about to walk in the store with it. He goes sticking it down in his shorts and stuff. Then he saw me when I turned around. He jumped in the back seat and put it down on the back seat.
Okay.
You know.
All right, hold on 1 second, sir. And you said he had on a white shirt and red pants, right? Red
Yes,
shorts.
ma'am. White shirt, red shorts.
All right, okay. And he's still inside the store at this time as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you said when he saw you, he put the gun in the backseat of the car, but at first he was sticking it in his pants, like he was taking it inside the car.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And me and another guy had said, man, what the, excuse my language, but both of us had said, man, what the hell he called himself to do?
Okay. All right. And he's still in the store now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And the car's still sitting out there.
All right. What is the female doing? Is she just sitting in the car?
She just sitting on the wheel, yes. I don't know whether a machine gun or a chopper, but whatever it was, they had a big old banana clip on it.
And you said he looked about 16 or 17 years old? Hello, sir? Hello, sir?
Stopping at 412. Ms. Lattners, did we also, or do you also have before you a 2 Tango Tango CAD report?
Yes.
With 2 Tango Tango, the state's publishing 2 Tango Tango for the jury. What is the date for that CAD report?
May 10th, 2019.
And what did that CAD report come in as in terms of the call type or description?
Person shot.
What is the APD incident number associated with this case?
191302224.
And what was the location for this May 10, 2019 CAD?
1600 Prior Road, Southwest Atlanta.
What zone and beat is that location?
Zone 3, 305's beat.
And was this a 911 call or officer generated?
911 call.
What time was the call placed?
9:35 p.m. hours.
How quickly were officers able to get dispatched to that location?
Maybe a minute.
And when did they ultimately arrive?
9:40 p.m. hours.
What type of response time was this person shot call?
10 minutes.
What time was this call cleared?
12:29 a.m. hours.
Now, at the top, Ms. Lattners, what is the disposition and code number for this incident?
You have code 10, which they impound the vehicle. 17 and 23, they did a report and they arrested someone.
Is 23 the arrest?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Lattners, if you look at the bottom of page 1 in the column, is that, as you had discussed, all of the different units that responded to this call?
Yes.
You turn to page 2, Ms. Lattners. At the bottom, at timestamp 10:03:38 p.m., what is indicated at that time?
Advised 3304 location change en route to Grady.
And if you turn to page 3, Ms. Lattners, towards the top at 10:19:09 p.m., what is indicated at that time?
Advised 3304 at Grady Memorial Hospital in trauma room number 4.
And at the bottom, Ms. Lattners, of page 3 at 12:29:26 a.m., what does that indicate?
Advised 3306 cleared the call on the 50. His pull-in was code 101723.
Which is the impound arrest and report.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Lattners, turning to page 4 of the CAD narrative, what is the note at 9:36:21 p.m.?
Male possible shot. Subject got into a green sedan, green Audi sedan.
And immediately below that, what is indicated?
Black male, gray Kia, doors open, gray Kia sedan, license plate, Charlie John Baker 1950.
And a few minutes later, Ms. Lattners, at 9:38 p.m., what can you explain for the jury what occurs at that time frame?
And 7300 unit advised a person on fleet on foot towards the apartment complex.
What does it, do you see no further 78 Sierra?
No further 78 on the subject.
And what does that mean in CAD parlance?
They have no more description of the person.
Now, 1 minute later, Ms. Lattners, at 9:39, what is the CAD call out at that time frame?
Advised left vehicle on prior near a three-way grocery store.
And about 4 minutes later, a couple lines down, Ms. Latner, at 9:43 p.m., what occurs at that time?
Vehicle is shot up.
And do you see the unit number 7171 also at 9:43?
Yes.
What does that unit advise at that time?
3303 advised shot in the neck. Someone shot in the neck. Alert conscious and breathing.
And 3 minutes later at 9:46 p.m., what occurs at that time?
3303 advised suspect exit vehicle possible towards Amer Drive.
And Ms. Latner's 4 minutes later at 9:50 p.m., can you explain what occurs at that time frame?
3309, which is overtime unit, advised Pride and Thornton shut down. They're trying to shut down the intersection.
And when it says MARTA notified, is that MARTA police or something else?
That's the MARTA bus line. When we shut down a location, we advise the MARTA bus station that we're shutting down the locations.
Now, Ms. Latner's, about 9 minutes later at 10:01 p.m., unit number 6181, what occurs at that time?
They request K9 units out to the location to do a search with the dogs.
Does at 10:08, what does it indicate when it says GAT on scene?
That's a specialized unit that's doing the search with the dogs, and it's more like an undercover units.
Understood. And about 6 minutes later, Ms. Latner's, at 10:14 from unit number 6181, what occurs at 10:14?
One of the unit 6181 advised at least 3 people fled from Grayford Fusion and at 10:14 hours.
And 6 minutes later, Ms. Latner's, at 10:20 p.m., what occurs at that time frame?
Unit 3304 advised victim has 2 gunshot wounds to the left shoulder.
And 4 minutes later, where it starts with the word tracked, what does that indicate?
1892, which is a Red Dog unit, he advised they tracked someone running at the fence line in the back of the apartment.
And 1 minute later, what is the updated CAD report indicate at that time?
He advised that Gibbon Road subject possible jumped the fence.
Now, Ms. Latner's, also before you, do you have 2 Tango Tango Alpha, which is a CD?
Yes.
Is that the 911 call that corresponds with the CAD report we just discussed?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the state is publishing 2 Tango Tango Alpha for the jury.
Yeah, can we close out the share for the Zoom pros?
Yes, but I'm not sure what you're asking.
One brief moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
The computer just froze, Your Honor. But we have it back up and running.
Okay.
Operator 7300.
Yes, there's some boys that just ran out of the car and they just shot fires. They just shot someone.
What's the location?
Got out of the car and ran.
Okay, they shot someone or they were shooting?
Already shooting someone.
Okay, what's the location?
I'm right here by the freeway grocery store, and they're running back right now to the car.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get your location. What 2 cross streets are you at?
I'm at Pryor Road in Clare, and just as you turn on Clare,
You
right
said
by the
Pryor Road in Clare?
yeah. They're running right now.
Okay, was someone shot or are they just shooting?
They just, and it looked like they shot at some boy. I don't know. I just ran past it. I'm by the car right now.
What's the color, make, and model of the vehicle?
It's an Audi, but I'm like away from it because
What color is it?
Like a gray or blue.
They got into a gray Audi sedan.
Yep, 4 doors. It's like the light coming.
Do you have a license plate number?
I can drive back around.
How many boys are there?
It was like 3. I don't know if anybody's in the car. Like the door is open. Are you there?
Black male, black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
Probably black. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a Kia. It's C. Hold on. Let me turn around. It's like a 3-way.
I'm still here. Give me 1 second.
It's CJBL 1950. CJB 1950.
Okay, that's Charlie John Bravo 1950, and it's a gray Kia sedan.
Yeah.
And you said the males left. What direction did they run in?
Oh shit! They went. I guess what is this? North, south? On Pryor.
Okay, they went
So
on.
it's Fort South, right?
Okay, they went on
Pryor.
towards what? Like, give me somewhere where they went towards a place or a street.
To the right, there's apartments over here. There's just a fence. There's a 3-way grocery store right here. And
give me 1 second. I'm still here. Bear with me 1
they
second.
ran toward these apartments.
Give me
and there's the shoes. Little boy's shoes. They only took off the shoes right here.
Okay, give me a description of some of the males. You said they're black males. What are they wearing?
They hoodie and regular clothes. I was far away. I couldn't identify them.
Okay.
But we're by the park place.
They left the
Park
vehicle
Place
near the grocery store.
Yep, right here on Pryor Street, like went 4th off to the right.
And what was that grocery store name?
3-way grocery store.
Did you want to meet with police when they get there?
Excuse me?
Did you want to meet with police when they get there?
No, I'm gone. I
Okay.
didn't see anybody.
Thank
I
you
don't know if I didn't go by the car remotely.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. If anything changes or you see anything more, can you...
Your Honor, publishing 1 Oscar already admitted.
All right.
Ms. Latners, do you have before you a CAD report marked 1 Oscar?
Yes.
What is the date for that CAD report?
April the 26th, 2019.
What was the location that officers responded?
741 Morosco Drive, Northeast Atlanta.
Now, was this a 911 or officer generated call?
Officer generated call.
What was the zone and beat for that 751 Morosco Drive?
Zone 2, 211 speed.
What time did the officer generate this call?
12:39 a.m. hours.
And is the dispatch time the same time as when it was received?
Yes.
What time was this call cleared?
05:06 a.m. hours.
And who was the primary or who was the officer for this CAD report?
Unit 1211, Ralph Shark.
Is this a 10-minute response call?
Yes.
And what was the call type and description for this?
On page 3, he advised he was flagged down for this call.
And Ms. Latners, what was the disposition ultimately for this CAD report?
17, report made.
And did additional officers ever arrive with Officer Suck?
Yes,
Roughly how many?
I see 5.
And Ms. Latners, if you turn to the CAD narrative on page 3, do you see the time at 12:39:33?
Yes.
Can you explain for the jury what happens after you had just mentioned he was flagged down?
Unit was flagged down. 12 named assistant supervisor. He copied the call. Officer advised his dispatch at the time possible person was shot in the parking lot. In the parking garage.
And was it does it give any description of what level of that parking garage they are at?
The bottom level of the parking garage.
And Ms. Latners, at 12:45 a.m., what do those code changes indicate?
Well, the unit investigated the call, found out the person was not shot, the person was robbed.
And what is 44 Papa?
44 is a person robbed.
And at 12:45, when it says victim not signal 50,
He's not shot.
and at 12:52 a.m., what is indicated at that time?
Perk left in a black Ford Mustang.
Ms. Latners, do you also have before you 2 Papa? What type of, or let me ask you this, what is the date for this CAD report and publishing 2 Papa at this time?
October the 1st, 2020.
What is the incident number for this case?
202752065.
What did this call come in as?
The call came in as a 44V, which a vehicle being carjacked.
What did the call end as?
As a 39 information for the officer.
Can you explain for the jury what that means? Or
Well, call came in as a 44V. The operator only can go by what the caller tells the operator. Once the officer get out there and investigate the call, he has the choice to change the signals. So he changed the signals to a 39 information for officer.
now, Ms. Latners, what zone and beat was this call in?
Zone 3, 303 speed.
And what was the address?
250 Fulton Street, Southwest Atlanta.
Was this a 911 call or officer generated?
911 call.
And what was the caller's name?
Gary.
Does it only have a first name listed?
On the first name with AT&T Mobile, that's it.
Do some other providers give first and last names?
It depends on the caller, yes.
Now, Ms. Latners, what time did Gary make this 911 call?
10:50 p.m. hours.
And what time were officers dispatched to respond to this 911 call?
10:52 p.m. hours.
What time did officers arrive to this call?
10:59 p.m. hours.
Who was the officer that arrived?
What is this, Rico? I don't know how his last name. RAVILUS.
That's fair, Ms. Latners. And what is his unit number?
Unit 1303.
Now, if you look a little bit below at the unit time 11:14:12, what does that indicate?
44V vehicle contract.
And then at 11:26:25.
They changed it from a 44V to a dispatched to a 12, which is information to the office.
Now, if you turn to the CAD narrative on page 2 at 10:51:46, what happens at that time, Ms. Latners?
The operator put on here just occurred, the incident just occurred, a 2016 Gold Buick LaSalle paper tag.
Is that a gold Buick LaCrosse, Ms. Latners?
Gold Buick LaCrosse. Then it has a paper tag.
And after it lists that it has a paper tag, what is the next update in this CAD report?
It advised a black male, dark skin, tall, 69, which is 69 is a gun, AK, and 1395, which is supervisor, copied the call, took all money, and his iPhone 11.
Now, right beneath that at 10:54 p.m., what is DOT on Fulton towards I-75?
That means DOT, they have DOTs out all times of night. They already out there on the location of 75. That's where DOT handle their stuff on the highway.
Understood. Is that direction of travel?
Yeah, it could be direction of travel.
Now, what was the other DOT you were just talking about?
The DOT units.
Understood. Which one do you think this CAD report is reflecting?
Excuse me?
Do you think on this CAD report, is it direction of travel or the units you were just describing?
Direction of travel on Fulton towards I-75.
And after that direction of travel is provided, what is the next update 1 minute later at 10:55 p.m.?
It has pink Auto Nation tags on the back around the temporary tag. It's a temporary tag.
And Ms. Latner's a little bit later at 11:12 p.m. Was any other units raised?
The robbery units.
And can you explain for the jury what it means when you raise the robbery unit?
City of Atlanta have different departments, different officers in different units. We have robbery units, we have red dot units. So since this was a 44 vehicle, they raised the robbery units to handle this call.
And Ms. Latner's a little while later at 11:26 p.m., what does the unit advise at that time?
That the caller not cooperating with the unit.
And 4 seconds after that update, is that when it changes from a 44V to a vehicle theft to a 39?
Yes.
Do you also have before you, Ms. Latner's, the accompanying 911 call that is to Papa Alpha?
Yes.
And is this the 911 call from what we just described, the gentleman with AT&T known as Gary?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I'm going to publish to Papa Alpha.
All right.
Atlanta 911. Yes, I just got robbed. Where are you? What's the address right here? 250, who? 250 40th Street. What happened to you? Got everybody coming to you. What happened? I pulled up to meet my nephew homeboy, and him and his homeboy robbed me. Your nephew robbed you too? No, his homeboy. My nephew locked up. Okay, well, I able to give his homeboy some money to put on his book, and he robbed me. I got you. Was it by gunpoint? Yeah. Okay, what's their problem? They got my car and everything. They took my car and everything. Okay, so you were carjacked? Yeah. Okay, listen to me. What's your name? My name is Gerald Holly. Gerald? Gary, G-A-R-Y. Gary, what kind of car you got? 2015 Buick LaCrosse. 2016? Yes, Buick LaCrosse. What color? It's gold. Okay, gold Buick LaCrosse. Anything hanging from the rearview mirror? Any special tires? No, it's brand new. I got it a month ago. Okay, what's the tag number? It's a digital tag. It's a paper tag. Okay, but that's tell me. I gotta know. Hold on. I'm gonna be looking for it. Anything else on your hanging from your rearview mirror? No. Okay. The guy, now, since you came up to pay him, right? This is what I'm asking you. What did he look like? So I know who's in that car.
He's short.
Black
the one
male?
who jumped in my car. The one that jumped in my car was dark and tall, like about 5'8".
Black male?
Yeah, pretty on.
Dark
Yeah, black
skin?
male. Yeah.
Okay, and he's tall?
Yeah.
What's he got on?
I don't know, man. Yeah,
That's okay. No, you're doing good. You're doing good. So he had on a hoodie. Okay.
Yes.
You're doing really good. What about his
number? My phone.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good too.
He took my other phone. He don't know I had my other phone in my pocket.
That's what I'm talking about. Gary. You're doing good. As long as they didn't hurt you. He had a weapon, correct?
Yes, they had an AK and the other one had a handgun.
You serious? The one that got in your car got an AK? Because I didn't know when the police pulled him over. The one that got in your car, does he have an AK or a handgun?
AK. One got an AK, one had a handgun.
Both in the car with you, right?
Both what?
Both guys are in the car?
No, one is in my car, the other one's in the other car.
Now, the one that is in your car, does he have the AK?
I don't know. Now, they told me
That's
no.
okay.
I don't know.
No, listen, you're doing good. No, I'm doing a lookout. So we're giving everybody, I'm telling everybody on the radio what's going on, okay? Because we're coming to you. Don't worry about that. But I want to try to find him. Okay.
I know I had my phone good. Like, I didn't know me. He took my phone.
Okay, I just need you. You're doing really good, Gary. I need you on this recording line. Okay. All right. So you came to pay. Well, how much did you give him?
They said I want money.
Okay.
I want.
Okay, gotcha. I haven't even given. You know what I meant. Okay. Now, what kind of phone did they take from you?
iPhone.
Okay, iPhone
11.
iPhone 11. That's good. That helps me a lot. They're gonna have to explain it. Okay.
6, 7, 8.
Do you know which way they went?
They went down 4th Street, like towards 75. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8.
Okay, on 4 towards 75 north or south?
7, 8, 8. 5, 7, 5, 4.
No, don't worry about the phone number. I need you to pull towards 75.
Yeah.
All right, you doing good. Are you hurt or anything? You need an ambulance or anything? You all right?
No, man. Yeah, I'm good.
That's okay. You know, your object is to go home. Okay. All right. And I got you on here. It's going to be a 2016 gold Buick LaCrosse with a paper tag, correct? Let me ask you something. Where'd you buy your car from?
Auto Nation.
So it's
Auto Nation.
Is Auto Nation on the back?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. It says
What?
No, not your
Who is that behind you? Hold on, baby.
It's a female right here.
Okay, tell her, hold on for me. It says Auto Nation on the rear bumper. That
It's
helps.
a pink. Tango Tango.
Okay, so a pink Auto Nation tag, that helps. Okay. Yeah, okay. They are already rolling to you, and they're looking too. Pink. Okay, then your nephew, does he know them, or did he just call you on the phone and tell you that lie that he was in jail?
No, I know you locked up. So he called me like, no, I said give him some money on his book. I pull up and give some money put on my nephew's book.
Gotcha. Wow. Sorry about that. All right, we're on the way. I'm going to look out for your vehicle. We'll be in a minute.
All right. All reason I put it back.
I want you to stay where you are, Gary, okay? Gary?
Yes.
We're coming to you. Stay where you are, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Ms. Ladders, do you have before you one final CAD report and a company 911 call? That is 1 Romeo Romeo.
Yes.
Ms. Ladders, starting with and publishing 1 Romeo Romeo, what is the date for that CAD report?
October the 12th, 2021.
And Ms. Ladders, what is the call type or description for that October 21st, 2021 call?
44P, pedestrian robbery.
What is the incident number that accompanies this pedestrian robbery?
212851437.
What is the location for that call?
47 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, apartment 47,
Is that zone 3?
zone 3.
Was this a 911 call or a officer generated call?
911 call.
And what was the caller name?
Demarcus Smith.
Darius Smith.
Smith, yes.
And Ms. Latners, what time did Mr. Smith make this call? Or sorry, yes. What time did dispatch receive the call, I should say?
They received the call at 5:10 p.m. hours.
And what time did officers first arrive to this location?
5:11 p.m. hours. I'm sorry, they arrived at 5:14 p.m. hours.
What time was this case ultimately closed?
6:47 p.m. out. Well, no, it's 6:47 p.m. hours.
And at that time, what does it mean when it was code 17?
Officer made a report.
Now, Ms. Latners, if you turn on the bottom of page 2 under where it lists incident comments, what is the date and time, or can you explain at 17:10:40?
You want me to explain the 911 call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, call advised happened at above location. Subject had two guns taken. Two guns took caller's money and vehicle. Gave description of the vehicle, a white van, 2003 GMC Savannah, with the tag number, Georgia plate tag, X-ray Paul, Lincoln 2301. Direction of travel, he advised towards the highway. Two black males, unknown clothing, 69 gun. Caller will be waiting at 349 Cleveland Avenue at the Crystals.
And Ms. Latners, is there any rhyme or reason why this CAD report looks different than some others we've discussed?
Well, it all depends who print the CAD report out.
Understood. If you were printing CAD reports, which do you like, this version or the ones we've discussed earlier this morning?
Sustained.
Your Honor, the state is going to publish 1 Romeo Romeo Alpha. Is that the 911 call, Ms. Latners, that goes with this pedestrian robbery?
Yes.
Atlanta 911 operator 7663 with the address for the emergency.
Yes, I had just been carjacked at Cleveland Avenue Park. They put guns on me, robbed me for my jewelry, my wallet, my
Is that,
phone.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Is that Harper Park?
No, it's Cleveland Avenue Park. The one on Cleveland Avenue by the library. That's where it happened at.
Cleveland.
They took my van. I have a white 2003 GMC high top van. They took tag number X.
Hold on, sir. I don't mean to be sounding like I don't share, but you're actually talking a little too fast for me to type it, okay? I'm still trying to get the address to where you are, okay?
Yes, I left from there, ma'am. I left there.
Okay. Where are you now?
I'm right here on Ruby Harbor. I'm in the car.
Got it.
I'm heading back. I'm looking for
Well,
ma'am.
y'all need to stay put for the police, okay? Are you able to, if it's safe for you to go back to where it occurred at?
No, ma'am, I'm not going back there, ma'am.
Okay. Do anyone know the address? Because I'm trying to pull it up, and I'm having a
It's the
hard
same
time.
address as Cleveland. It's the same address as Cleveland Avenue Library, ma'am.
All right, hold on.
And they got my van, my wallet, everything.
Yeah, but you don't need to follow them, okay? It's not worth your life.
I know I'm not trying to follow them. I'm not. I'm just trying to get back to this location.
When you say I'm trying to get back to this location, what
I'm in the car
location?
with I had to go back to Forest Park to get in the car with my brother, ma'am, so I can come back on this side to call you all because it was calling Clayton County Police. Can you just put a note in that they'll be on the lookout for my van, ma'am?
Okay. And you said, what's the name of the park again? Hello? Caller, are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, listen. What's the name of the library?
Cleveland Avenue Library. Cleveland Avenue.
All right, I'm showing on Google Maps it's going to be 47 Cleveland Avenue. Does that sound about right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right, and you advise you do not need an ambulance. Is that correct?
Correct, ma'am.
All right. We're going to get you help, okay? Were you in your car when this happened to you?
No, I was standing outside of my car talking to somebody. They ran up with masks on, put 2 guns to my head and made me take out my jewelry, took my wallet out my pocket and my phones, and took my keys and jumped in my van, ma'am. They somewhere around my van right now.
And, okay, and your vehicle's a white van?
Yes, it was a 2003 GMC Savannah. Tag number, X-ray, play.
Okay,
Larry.
don't say it like that, okay? Wait a minute.
X as in,
Wait a minute. Is it the state of Georgia?
yes.
All right, and go ahead with the tag number.
X as in X-ray,
Uh-huh.
P as in Paul,
Okay.
L as in Larry,
Uh-huh.
2301.
And which way did they go in your vehicle?
They went, when they came out the park, they went to the right towards the highway. So I don't know if they went toward, jumped
That's
on the
all right.
highway or whatever.
Yeah, I get it. And are these people black, white, or Hispanic, the guys with the guns?
Two black males.
Do you recall
One
what they
time-
had? Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't remember what they had on. One of them about 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". The other one's probably 5'5", 5'6" at the most.
Where are you right now? Are you going to be on Ruby, Harper, and Simon Street or McCoy? Because they need to talk with you to get your report going.
I'm going up Cleveland Avenue, ma'am. I'm going to
To the library?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Because this is like a lights and sirens call. They need to know where you're going to be at. You understand? Like the officer needs to come to you. You don't want to meet with an officer? Hello?
Yeah, I could meet them at the Kroger parking lot right there by the Papa John's.
No, I don't think you can go there because that's going to be on South Fulton, I believe. What's
The
your
Burger
name?
King on Cleveland Avenue.
What's your name?
Darius Smith, Darius Smith, Smith.
What's your phone number?
The phone number that I'm calling from now is 678-914-7175.
Okay, so I need to find out where are y'all going to meet with an officer because now I got to Google the address to the Burger King unless you know it.
You can just, yeah, the Crystals on Cleveland Avenue.
So you want to change it now to the Crystals on Cleveland?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me Google that address.
Take this long for y'all to see the system.
Well, do you have an address for 911?
Yeah, 349 Cleveland Avenue, man. 349 Cleveland Avenue.
Cleveland Avenue, southeast or southwest?
I'm not sure if it's southeast or southwest, ma'am. It's just Crystals on Cleveland Avenue. The police been right across the street.
All right, sir, we're going to get the officer out. It's an emergency call. Like I said, they're coming to you, okay?
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Ms. Latners. Your Honor, no further questions by the state.
Thank you. Defense attorneys have questions for this witness? Go ahead.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Ms. Latners. Ms. Latners, I want to ask you some questions concerning various matters here this afternoon. I'd like to begin, Ms. Latners, with an October 1st, 2020. That's going to be a CAD report that's been put into evidence as 2 Papa. Do you have that one before you? October 1, 2020?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you've testified numerous of times in this case this year, correct?
Correct.
And we have heard today numerous 911 calls, right?
Yes.
We've heard numerous 911 calls throughout this trial, correct?
Yes.
And the callers that are calling in, they are giving information to the 911 dispatcher, right?
911 operator.
The 911 operator, correct?
Correct.
They're giving a story. They're telling a certain story of what they say happened, right?
Correct.
Sometimes it's true, correct?
Correct.
Sometimes it's not true, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I want to direct you to October 1st, 2020. That call began at 22:50 hours. That would have been around 10:50 in the evening, correct?
Correct.
Nighttime in the state of Georgia, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I want to direct you to page 2 of that CAD report. Specifically at 10/120 at 10:51, it says 44V. You've testified that that would be a robbery or carjacking or something of that nature. Is that correct?
44 is a vehicle robbery, right?
A vehicle robbery of a gold Buick LaCrosse, according to the report, right?
Correct.
The caller indicated that his name was Gary, correct?
Correct.
This caller says that the person involved was a dark-skinned, tall black male. Is that right? According to the CAD report?
Yes.
And according to the information that was given to the 911 operator, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, during the course of this CAD report and the officers being out there, there was an officer who responded, right?
Correct.
And according to the report, the officer that responded was a Officer Revillis. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. This CAD report documents a time frame from 22:50, 10:50 hours, to 23:26 when it says it's clear, correct?
Correct.
Little under an hour, right?
Correct.
So that tells us that the officer is with the caller, Gary, during this period of time. Clear, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Now, Ms. Latners, let's talk about the entry where it has on page 2, 10/120, 11/12. It says raised robbery, correct?
Yes.
That means that Officer Revillis is raising up or calling a robbery detective. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Now, when that's happening, there's an entry in the CAD report that then tells us on 10/1/20 at 11:26, look at the jury and tell them what it says with regard to that particular entry.
Unit advised, caller not being cooperative at 11:26 p.m. hours.
Ms. Latners, tell this jury, how long have you been doing this work?
34 years.
You are set to retire this year, correct?
Again, yes.
Until we let you go.
No, I'm retiring.
Okay, that's right. Now, tell this jury, you've seen this entry on numerous CAD reports, is that right?
Correct.
Tell this jury, based upon your experience, your 34 plus years of doing this kind of work, coming into a courtroom and talking to a jury and giving us information, caller not cooperating. Tell this jury what that means.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance and compound.
Sustained.
I'll break it up. Ms. Latners, can you tell this jury, based upon your experience as a 34-year employee with the City of Atlanta Police Department as a custodian of 911 calls and CAD reports, when this particular entry is in there, what does it mean?
It means 911 operator only can receive what they get from the caller. Once the officer get out on the scene, he investigates and he advised his dispatcher to change the call to a different incident.
Okay.
And she does what he asked him to do.
Okay. Now, the responding officer, he raises up robbery, right?
Correct.
So he's talking to a robbery detective, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, when he's talking to a robbery detective, the Officer Avilas then goes to a code of a 44V. Tell the jury one more time what 44V means.
44V is vehicle carjack.
Now, we have gone then on this report within that hour from a vehicle robbery. Tell this jury what 39 means.
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered.
Overruled. I mean, it may have been, but I'm going to permit it.
Tell this jury what 39 means.
Information for the officer. That means that he gathered the information that he needed and he changed it to a 39.
So the officer who's on scene, correct?
Correct.
On the scene with Gary, correct?
Correct.
On the scene getting information, correct?
Correct.
It starts out as a robbery of a vehicle, right?
Correct.
On the scene at that location, the officer and the raised robbery detective, they change it from an armed robbery to an information. Is that correct?
Correct.
And information is not a crime, correct?
Correct.
Now, we heard a call, a 911 call, associated with the same 10/1/20 incident, correct?
Correct.
We heard it for the various number of minutes that it took place. We did not hear at any time the name Delmisha Coppage, did we?
No.
We did not hear that she was robbed, did we?
No.
We did not hear that her vehicle was stolen or carjacked or robbed, did we?
No.
Did we hear any description of any vehicle other than a 2016 Buick LaCrosse?
No.
Did we hear any description in the 911 call other than strike that? Ms. Latners, let's move to a different report. Ms. Latners, let's move to April 26, 2019. That's going to be one Oscar. You tell me when you have it.
Okay.
You have it, Ms. Latners?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't prepare the report, right?
Yes.
You didn't make any of the entries, correct?
Correct.
The report started out as a possible person shot, correct?
Correct.
It was downgraded to no one being shot, correct?
Correct.
Now, there was no description of a perpetrator on the report, correct?
Correct.
It stated that there was no information or a tag number given to this vehicle that is alleged to have been involved, correct?
Correct.
And this entire time frame was from 12:39 a.m. to 5:06 a.m., correct?
Yes.
Now, I want to direct your attention to page 3 on the CAD narrative. I wanted you to go down to April 26, 2019, 12:49 a.m., 7:07:08. You see that entry, Ms. Latners?
It says gate code 478.
Gate code 478.
Correct.
Can you tell this jury gate code 478? Tell this jury what that means.
It means the department held a gate around it with a code.
So that tells us that in order to get into this particular garage, it requires a gate code to enter, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Based on your training and experience and doing these particular CAD reports and testifying about them, have you seen gate codes in other CAD reports?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled.
Ms. Latners, you can
You
answer
asked me,
the
have I
question.
seen it in other CADs?
Yes, have you seen gate codes in other CAD reports?
Well, it all depends on where you live and if the apartment have gates and have a code for it.
Okay. The 478, is that an internal number that's used for CAD reports? Or is that the code to this particular gate in this garage?
That's the code for this garage.
Okay. So the person, so if you punch 478, you will gain access to this particular, according to this CAD report.
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. Did you see gate code in the CAD report that we talked about for the 10/1/2020 CAD report?
No.
Okay. And this was are you familiar with 741 Morosco Drive, Ms. Latners?
No.
Okay. Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Do any other defense counsel have questions for this witness? Nope. All right. Any redirect?
Very brief,
All right.
Your Honor. Ms. Latners, just a few seconds ago, we were talking a lot about this gate code on 1 Oscar Oscar. Is that at 12:49 a.m.?
Yes.
What is the line 3 minutes after that gate code line?
Person left in a black Ford Mustang.
Does it say perp or person?
Left in a black Ford Mustang.
Now, Ms. Latners, going back to was there more than one person identified in a robbery? In the robbery?
This call right here?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't see any.
Does the caller indicate, is there anywhere in this CAD report that has any information about how someone entered a parking garage or location on that CAD report?
No.
Is there any information at all about, is there anything else other than just that line of the gate code 478?
That's it.
Is there any information about whether you need a gate code to walk in?
Well, no. If there's any information, overruled.
Is there any information about whether that gate is broken?
No.
Is there anything in this CAD report that indicates whether the robber was visiting someone in the complex?
No.
And Ms. Latner's going back to Papa, when a call comes in on cross-examination, you were asked about some information is true, some information is false. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Is there any way to know when someone, before officers arrive, what's true or not true about what a 911 caller is stating?
No.
And from the 911 dispatcher's perspective, do you try to determine if what is being said is true or not true before you respond?
It's not their job.
And is the initial officer's perspective of an on-scene victim the end of any further investigation?
You can answer that if you know that from your personal knowledge.
Repeat the question.
If an officer, do you remember on cross, you have discussed about the 44V being changed to 39 info for officers?
Correct.
In Atlanta Police Department protocol or procedure, if you know it, does that stop a case? Can no for
Overruled. Based on your own knowledge.
Can you complete the question, please?
Yes. Can further investigation by the Atlanta Police Department be done on a case where the initial officer changes the call to 39 info for officers?
Overruled.
Yes.
Ms. Ladders, when the call is changed to a 39 for investigation, does that mean that the 39 for information?
Your Honor's objection mischaracterizes the 39.
I misspoke, Your Honor. My apologies. When a call is changed to 39 information for officers, I misspoke and said investigation, which I believe is 12, but all that aside, Your Honor, and Ms. Latner, more importantly, does the investigation stop? Does that mean the investigation is over?
Objection, Your Honor, has been asked and answered.
Sustained.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, any recalls? All right, thank you for your time, and you are excused.